Test. Nice. Okay. Oh, my bad. Figure that. 1 second. Okay. Test. Hello. Okay, good. It's the first time I said test on here. Alright, now we're into It's true writing with scissors. It's technically rated M, you know? I don't know if you're ready to watch this. Yeah, they say, damn it. Oh. You might need to leave now.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Move them out.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5,
I make it through.
3, 2, 1.
TRK, my condolences to what's about to happen. I'm sure it's more dramatic than every scary movie in the past decade.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Do I look like a mule boy? I can't carry this whole
Pro strat. Drop for the engineer. Take notes, TRK.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
TRK, we're here to have fun. Let's not be bad sports.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, Angie, I didn't realize this get on. The shed's always like really good. It has double full health packs. I still think to this day it's not taking advantage of like double full health is just ridiculous. what is the strat? We're defending 2 points, 2 bases. If blue team captures both, we lose.
Our control point.
If you look at the bottom little square that's red, that means it's ours.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Okay, good to know.
Time has been added.
Okay, so the objective of the game is those 2 squares at the bottom. If they both turn blue, we lose. They already took over 1 base, so we have to guard this right here. This is the last red base. If enough blue stand on that, we lose. See, this Pyro's already trying to go. So when you see me like spraying fire a lot like this, I'm checking for spies. Like they're right there, that's a spy. So a spy can cloak and turn it and disguise himself, and Pyro is like a really good counter to spy because the flames ignite his disguises and his cloaks. If I don't spy check, he can just like thwart and destroy our team from the inside out. Because if he stabs you from the back, it's an instant kill. So we have to get on the point. Like, when they invade like that, you have to stay on the point really fast. Yeah, it goes by fast. You know what's funny is that the imposter meme is definitely years after this game, but then it kind of like people brought those jokes to this game. I mean, if you play like Mafia or like Werewolf, like those in-person games where you're disguising as a role, Spy is like that in this game. It's actually like really well designed how they implemented all that and disguises. I know it was hard to code. The original Spy in Team Fortress was a glitch, like disguising, and then they turned that glitch into like they took that glitch and then made the Spy class in the first Team Fortress. So when you see me switch like this, so Pyro's shotgun is really good for mid-close range, and this shotgun lets me switch faster. So this is called the Puff and Sting, where you do this. It's like a combo. So when you see me like kind of almost like fidget, I'm definitely like weapon swapping to stay on my toes. So yeah, we're defending this point right here. We're kind of holding a choke point. See, they're trying to break through. When they flash blue like that, that means they're invincible for a few seconds. So we just have to like dodge, or in my case, I like air blast them away. Yeah, the timer at the top is how much we have to... We're trying to defend until time runs out. If they can cap both points, then we lose. This map, every map kind of has its own unique timer. This map definitely has, like you look at the top, 18 minutes. That's definitely a thing on this map. Now, time is also determined by how fast they capped the last point. The pace that they capped it at was pretty close to like the average. So yeah, this is like our fortress, our stronghold right here. There's the point. And so you look, like that's a route and this is a route. These are the two flanks that we need to check. This is the main flank, but this side flank every now and then like a scout or someone tries to peek. So you have to be careful. So I'm staying back here because if a spy or someone gets to the point, like he can cloak past us and then just win the game really fast. So I'm kind of spy checking. I don't want to just throw myself on the front line sometimes because you might be overextending. Now see right here we have good ground. In fact, controlling this corridor is really important. See now, because that's the second entry right there. If they want to take the side flank, it's that staircase. So if we can watch both right here, we covered both points, both access points. But see, someone got past it. I'm not too worried right now because we have this. This is a sentry gun, so it'll watch anyone that gets there. But I think I'm definitely gonna focus my fire right here. Another thing is when you see me air blast, any projectile like a rocket or a grenade gets blasted back at them, but I still have to aim it. So when you see me do this, I'm trying to basically parry their projectiles back at them. So like a standard, like kind of a good bait and switch is right now I'll pepper them with bullets and then they'll fire their projectiles like that. Now see, I missed the timing on that, but you can do like a bait and punish. It's definitely like a read reactions thing. So yeah, now they're pushing in and they're flashing blue like that, which means they're vulnerable for a few seconds. It's gonna go down like right now. So hopefully they defend it. Okay, so we got it so far. So now, while I'm respawning, I can watch a teammate. So I'm just gonna do that. Like, here's our sniper. Ooh. Alright, here's our engineer. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so that notification means someone just spent $100 on a virtual, like, diamond ring. And when you do that, the entire game sees the broadcast. And Team Fortress 2 has remained a top 10 game on Steam ever since 2007. So some people will, like, you know, make funny usernames and then spend $100 so that everyone, including streamers like me, will see the message. Okay, so I'm gonna weapon switch. And I'm gonna go from shotgun to flare gun. So the flare gun, instead of bullets, you fire a flare projectile, but it does a lot of nice chip damage. Think about like Will-O-Wisp. It's kind of similar to like Will-O-Wisp in Pokemon. Like you want to inflict that status from kind of mid-long range, and now you have this chip damage. Also, when you see that red beam, that's a medic healing us. So if you see a red beam on one of our teammates, they're being healed. Okay, so they're trying to raid. I'm gonna try to get health before they arrive on the point. So this very left flank, soldiers like to poke through right here. Try to get, so another poke is right over there. That's actually a rare one, especially for a heavy. So that was a good position for him to get chip damage. See? Yeah, there's a soldier poking. But now that I just inflicted burn, he's gonna have to choose if he wants to fight or flight. So there is ammo in this game, and I just ran out of ammo on my flare gun. So weapon management with your ammo is really important. But see, thankfully they weren't pressing the offensive yet, so I had time to go. Now they are. So now I gotta prepare. I'm gonna air blast and try to get the medic off. Yeah. So now he doesn't have invincibility. They're really pushing it. Ha! Yeah, I basically am. I main the Pyro, and so he's definitely the fire class in the game. So yeah, there's 9 classes. They all play in a very distinct way. Very fun game, and it's crazy that it's free. Valve made it free in 2011. And again, it's maintained a top 10 status on Steam since 2007. But yeah, about 2-3 times a month, a bunch of us get together and play this game. Sometimes, people are busy with their schedules and stuff, so we do the best we can. But these servers are really good for practice. They're called Uncletopia, and the guy has done a good job of implementing some competitive stuff. And anyone can join and just play and all that. So this game mode is called Payload Race, and you're gonna see 2 trains at the bottom. We're blue, and if we stay on a train, we push it, and then if it reaches the end, we win. But it's a race, so I'm gonna head right to the train, and they are too. So there's a lot of crossfire right here. In fact, TRK, I'm going to play it as every class after this life. I'll start with Scout, and I'll just kind of give you a demonstration of how all 9 of the classes play. And then I'll go back to Pyro. I made Pyro, but I also fill a lot. Filling means that if there's not a class being played on the team right now, then you play that class. Pyro is the priority. And then like engineer and then spy, but yeah, I definitely fill a lot. Oh yeah? Is he on here? I will tell you, you know, because Steam is so easy to change your username and avatar, you definitely see a lot of interesting usernames. That's saying it lightly. There's some pretty bad ones. In fact, if you saw the glimpse of when I click tab, I'm not going to click it again. There's some pretty bad ones. Alright. So, I'm gonna pick Scout. Oh, he's full. Okay, we'll start from Spy and go right to left. So, Spy, kind of like what I mentioned, his big game plan is I can disguise, so I'm going to choose a disguise. I'm now their sniper, and then I'm going to cloak. So now the enemy team can't see me as long as they don't take damage. But see at the bottom right that I only have a certain amount of cloak until I run out, and now I reveal myself. But now I just got more metal, so I'm going to cloak again. So I'm going to try to get a backstab, like on this medic. Oh, see, they saw me. Alright. It's, you gotta be very careful. You gotta make plays, but if you miss time your stab or your gunshot, you lose your disguise, and like you saw there, they got me. Alright, I'll play Sniper next. So I'll Sniper, you know, very strong from a long range. He's kind of like the glass cannon of the game. Spy's like the glass ninja, you know, he kind of infiltrates and breaks teams open from the inside out. But Sniper is kind of a long range class where you push his strengths. If you get a headshot, it's like an instant kill on like 5 of the 9 classes, as long as they're not overhealed. So I just threw Jarate on that guy, that means he takes more damage. It's very good for close range. So that was Sniper. Alright, I'll play Medic. We'll do what they call Battle Medic. Do this. So Medic obviously heals. I'm gonna try to heal our Medic. There you go. And you can stay at a pretty good, like, mid-long range. So that Pyro got me good. The thing about Medic is, I'm gonna play Medic again, because I'm gonna show you some of the stuff you do with him. I'm gonna play non-battle this time. So Medic, you often want to stay with what's called a pocket, and oh gosh, and they're usually like the more bulky classes that have like higher than 150 health. So this heavy here is considered a power class, and because he has so much health, he's doing so much damage while sponging a lot of damage. Now, as I say that, I got backstabbed by a spy, so that's why you have to be careful. When I made Pyro, when I played Pyro, you know, I'm wanting to protect our medic because of stuff like that. Because a medic, you know, he's trying to heal people on the front lines. And so, if he's not checking his back a lot, then the spy can instant kill him. So, this blue beam is me healing them. And I'm going to keep giving heals to our teammates, but I have to be careful. See, we're being flanked from the back left, so I have to be careful with that. I'm going to move to the next class. This is Engineer. Engineer likes to build stuff. He's a fun, he's like a summoner character. Like, if you play a fighting game, he's like a summoner. And so, I'm going to summon or, build a sentry gun, which adds a nice chip damage. Think of, stealth rock and spikes. You're kind of making this entry hazard where, if the enemy enters that, proximity, the gun starts shooting at him. Like you're seeing now. And then I'm shooting at him with my own gun. So you can kind of double up where, the firing is coming from. So I'm going to try to push our cart. Oh, there's a heavy. So I got to be careful there. Our medic has Uber charge, which means that we'll have that invincibility. Yeah, we just popped Uber. So I'm gonna try to push the cart with our scout here. So my sentry's doing a pretty good job at protecting the other train. Hey, what's going on? I can only make one sentry at a time. There was a glitch back in like 2010, 2011, where for a little bit he could make multiple sentries. That got patched out really fast. But yeah, you can only make one, but it's really good. It's engineer's kind of like an area denial class, so. Play Heavy next. Heavy has the highest health in the game. If you look at the bottom left, he's got 300. The average health is like 125, 150, that kind of range. So 300 is a lot. That demo just died because the train will instant kill you. So they know to run away because Heavy's firepower is nuts. Obviously, like, his big weakness is he's the slowest class in the game, but he has so much health and so much damage that if you position yourself well, think of it like clicking Dragon Dance, and the opponent, like, messed up their play, or they did an improper switch. Like, right there. Like, my positioning was so good against that sniper. So I'm gonna eat a banana to heal. So that was Heavy, play demo. Okay, so Demo Man, or Demolition Man, he has some of the highest damage in the game in terms of like area of effect, because he can fire grenades. And so what I'm firing here are sticky bombs, and they don't detonate until I choose for them to. Or if I die, they kind of just disappear. So he's kind of like a spacing damage control class. So this is their train. I don't want them to push it anymore. So I'm going to try to area deny them. So this engineer's heading over, and he saw my sticky bombs. So he kind of like waited for me to detonate. That was really good of him. But I'm going to lay some traps, and if I see an enemy team is around the train, I'll detonate. Now he has a backup grenade launcher, which is like instant bombs, so it's good to have both. In TF2, basically every class has a primary, a secondary, and a melee weapon. So our team, if you look at the bottom, is making really good progress by pushing the train. I'm just gonna keep guarding this one. So look, there's the engineer. He's kind of gauging how to catch up. So as long as we're making progress and I can area deny them, we're doing pretty good. I'm actually gonna wait around this corner. Man, yeah, so like that. Right when I saw the pyro. Okay, soldiers coming in. Now, ooh, okay, so the spy got me. So, you have to always watch your back a lot with, like, any class you play, just for the fact that a spy can instant kill you. Hey, Gio, what's going on? True. Good to hear from you, man. I know you're big on Fortnite and stuff. I've caught some of your streams. You're really good. So, it's cool to see you pop in. Okay, TRK, let's calm down. Alright, so I'm gonna go to... You seen Pyro, so I'm gonna go Soldier. Soldier is what I call like a role compression class. So he can kind of do a bit of like a ton of stuff. So this game is full of specialists. And even Soldier is a specialist. He has a rocket jump, which means I can sacrifice some HP for mobility by shooting at the ground. And he has a rocket launcher. I should have said that first. So I'm gonna rocket jump like that, and then you're kind of like moving around the map and trying to control. Like you're kind of picking your fights a lot. When I try to go after like the medic, that's called bombing, or like you bomb like a key class that is like really detrimental. Like if I saw that heavy from far away, I would tell my teammates I'm bombing the heavy, and so then I would sacrifice some health and rocket jump my way to try to take him down. I'm gonna play Soldier one more time because he's got a few other stuff you can do. So I'm gonna switch to shotgun. But what I mean by role compression is in TF2, it's really big to control flanks and play the objective. And so sometimes your heavy dies, and so you need to be playing the kind of tanky pocket for your medic. Sometimes your scout dies, and you need to go run the flank. Sometimes the guy watching this train dies, and now you need to watch the train, you know? So Soldier's really big on like kind of role flexing, role compression. So in competitive, you're always staying on your communications and making sure that you're being nimble with playing the objective. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely guard. Oh, so there's a spy right there. I think he was wanting to push the cart. That's why he uncloaked. But yeah, I'm gonna guard the train as our team. Our team is ahead, so the game state is pretty good in our favor. Yeah, Gio, it's awesome seeing you do well. I know I saw you at Lasagna's Smash thing a few months ago. I was really happy to hear how good your life's going. So. Oh yeah, Sax. Yeah, message me about it. I know there's a few people watching the stream, so if you found a broken strat, I can't change the Pokemon now. So if you found a Pokemon that you think is nuts, message me about it. I think Discord. I got a new computer, by the way, so Discord might still have it where pop-up messages occur. We'll see. So you might need to wait a bit. You can send a test message, I guess, right now and see if it pops up on stream. But go ahead and you can ask away when you want to. No, I'm not showing stream sacks. We have a lot of competitors that are like really itching to play some crazy stuff Saturday. So I'm definitely it's exciting to see what you guys are gonna bring, and of course I always have to keep my mouth shut. I'm not gonna go around saying, "Guess what he's bringing." Yeah. So for other people watching, we do monthly Pokemon tournaments, and Sax is one of our local players. He picked up pretty fast. He's doing pretty well. Very creative decks. Is it Hitmontop? I don't know. He could play Hitmontop. We had someone play Hitmontop. Let's go, K Willie. It was like 2 months ago. I know he was playing Hitmonlee. I'm pretty sure Hitmontop was in there too. Just very good straight damage. From the get-go, you can just play him down, attach a fighting, and just start doing some decent damage. So I've stayed on Soldier a lot, but so I gotta be careful with that Pyro. He can reflect my rockets. Okay, he's dead. So another cool thing about Team Fortress 2 is chip damage makes a huge impact in this game because there's only one dedicated healer, and if you're coming from other FPS games with healers, they often have like burst healing, but in this game, like Medic has like a steady stream of healing, and he's building Uber and doing like overheal, and so because there's no burst healing in this game, chip damage is huge. So what you saw there when I went to shotgun, I knew that was very productive because you only need to do like 12-18% after that, or 18 damage, and then my teammate cleaned up on that pyro for the kill, the frag. So I'm playing a scout. Scout's the fastest class in the game. He's like a flank control. Now, you have to be really careful because that heavy on our card could just mow me down in seconds, so I have to be careful with my flank. So I'm going to the water right here to play against the pyro, because obviously the flamethrower doesn't work in the water. He's trying to melee me in the water. And so there I got flanked by their scout. So scout's the only class that can double jump. Also, when scout pushes the cart, it's at a 2x rate. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Gio. I always want to make sure that you're, doing well. I always want to make sure my friends are doing okay. So, that's some scary stuff. Yeah, kinda, TRK. Medic is kind of like the wish passer. Yeah, actually. Yeah, Audino is kind of like a medic in Pokemon. Ooh, they got us good. Yeah. Alright, well that loads. Let me check what Sax sent me, and I'm not going to say what it is on stream. I'll say it in the most ambiguous way possible, so the fellow Highlander competitors can't snipe him. Here we go. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, that's a typo. That is really funny, though. Obviously, you know what you play that on, so it's not gonna work on the typo. That's a really good find. That's hilarious. So I'll change that because it's a typo, but that is a really good find. Thank you. Oh, he's actually cooking. He's typing. The game started, but hold on. Yeah, he's trying to do a technicality. You could play that on the correct Pokemon, but it's typo. Obviously the typo's not going to let you do that. So I'll change typos, but I'm not going to change the balancing of it. All right, so this mode is called Payload Race, or not Payload Race. The last one was Payload Race. Sorry. This is just payload. And so in payload, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so in payload, there's just one train. And we're trying to defend that. So red is defense and blue is offense. So we're setting up right now before the gates open up. And then these guys come through, and we gotta protect. We gotta watch this train and make sure it doesn't reach the end. You look at the bottom there, and there's 5 points. So, okay, let me open this real quick. Okay. Yeah.
Begins in 10 seconds.
You're funny, Sax.
5, 4.
Yeah, so Gio, I remember I had a seizure like when I was a baby, and it was like from like a spiked fever. I haven't really had a seizure since, but it is crazy to think like of the different scenarios that can happen that can cause a seizure. I'm glad you're okay. I had a friend that had a seizure back in middle school, and obviously you're definitely worried for them, and he's doing okay too. I assume that you were around like friends or family, and they were able to help you out. So I wish I was like a medical professional and I could tell you the exact like advice to help prevent that, but I do. Best wishes though. I don't want to give you the Google doctor treatment. Be like, oh yeah, you got diabetes. As typical like Ask.fm or Quora fashion, you know. So what you're seeing here is this is the level 3 sentry gun, and the spy has a sapper that can disable it. So that's why I'm doing these flares around it, because I don't want any enemy spies to stop this sentry gun, because it's very big for holding a choke point like this. See this? Pyro's trying to like peek the kind of the sentry gun. This engineer is really good. If you look at the way he put his sentry gun, it's covering like this really important choke point, but not revealing too much of itself to be like blind spotted, because the sentry only has a certain amount of range, so people will try to blind spot the range. Now that is a good way to stop a sentry, is to uber charge. Once the medic gets to 100% uber by healing people, that's when he turns him and his target invincible, like 8 seconds. So I work at a recording studio, Geo. Andy Oxman at Soundworks Recording Studio. A very good business. Definitely like one of the top in the Kansas City area. I don't just say that because I work there, but like seeing that and like a lot of the other trades around the area, he just really like keeps the quality up. And he's a super nice guy. He's called me in to do a lot of like commission works. He's like, hey, I need someone to write a piano piece for a client, or I need someone to mix in such and such for a radio show. And I used to write scripts for one of our clients. That was a good flare. So yeah, I work at a recording studio. It's pretty fun. It definitely implements well with being a sound designer and like a composer. But while I'm doing that, I'm still actually right now looking for like salary jobs too. I'm doing fine, like in terms of like living conditions. I just the video game field is very competitive, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, not like a complaint at all. I have to like stay vigorous, and I gotta stay on like the LinkedIn Indeed grind basically every day. You know, you gotta make those connections and apply to like all those different jobs. Another thing is that being a composer and a sound designer is a lot of fun, and so while that's a great thing, you have to look into the fact that because it's so much fun, a lot of people don't want to retire or like leave the role, which is fine. I'm happy for them, but it's very competitive because there's not as many openings compared to some other trades. Just because people don't want to leave that kind of gig. Yeah, thanks, man. I don't know if you're still doing like Melee net play, but I had a stream earlier today where I was playing some Melee online. So if you ever want to play, let me know. I mean, you could play Team Fortress 2 if you wanted to. In fact, let me send you an invite to the Alinos Gateway server. That's the local server where we play Pokemon and TF2. You don't have to ever play. But whenever we do events like this, I always announce it. And you're free to just jump in and play and hang out and stuff. So when you hear that fireworks sound, I'm shooting my flare gun to kind of, like I was telling TRK, to like burn a potential target. So I'm kind of holding a choke point that way. Okay, so we're on the last point. Got 10 minutes to defend. I'm gonna go shotgun. Okay, so that was a really good flanking scout. He picked his fights well. That's a big part about scout, is knowing when to pick your fight. He had 2 team members with him. He kind of recognized I was by myself. almost overextended on my end, basically. So good on him for doing that. But I'm gonna go back to this flank, see if we have control. Kinda, yeah. So he retreated. Or he died, yeah. Without him. So when you see me switch to this hammer, it increases my movement speed, but I take more damage while it's out, so it's like a risk-reward thing. Or it's like a car power jack, but yeah, it really works like that. Okay, so they popped Uber. I'm gonna sacrifice myself to stall for tough. Because even though now that Uber, they're not invincible. But with Uber charges, Pyro can air blast them away. And so for the sake of the team, you need to recognize if you need to sacrifice yourself in order to play the objective well and possibly save a lot of teammates. But yeah, you can see how much damage that heavy already did. You have to be very careful with picking your fights against heavies and stuff. I am retreating just by recognizing like the game state there, like double scout, low health. Hey, that's awesome, Geo. Yeah, I'll send you an invite after this game. Actually, you don't have to play TF2 tonight, but we try to play a few times a month. I don't know if you saw, but a few of the Kansas City guys went out to St. Louis for like a big like national LAN event. Banny, one of like the best TF2 players, he hosted a LAN event in St. Louis, and a bunch of us showed up, and it was a lot of fun. So, we actually we practice on these Uncletopia servers mainly, and it helps a lot. So. So another thing about Pyro, he's kind of similar to Spire and Metroid, is you want to take advantage of like Afterburn, so like right there. Afterburn does a decent amount of chip damage. So I need to recognize when the opponent is probably going to die, or at least leave the flank, just by burn damage alone. So that I can go focus on other objectives. That was a good backstab from our spy. I gotta be careful though. So when their guns glow like that, they can inflict like critical hits. I see you, TRK. Thanks for tuning in. Whoa. Okay. Well, good on you, Geo. I know you like me have the Midwestern superpowers of doing long drives. It's crazy that like I'll go to these big Pokemon events, and people from like the East West Coast, if you mention like over a 2-hour drive, they're like, "Oh, I would fly. That kills me." You know, and I'm not trying to mock them in like a mean way, but it's like a culture shock. You know, you come from the Midwest, especially like Missouri, Kansas, where all these states neighbor us and all these major highways, and we're just used to like long drives. Like St. Louis, like 3.5, 4 hours, you know, easy. You know. But still, even with Midwest superpowers, that kind of drive, Geo, definitely a grind. Definitely a long drive, but I hope you have like podcasts or like videos. If you need something to listen to, let me know. I can send you a few like thesis videos. Like no joke, if you need something like entertaining to cut like an hour or two, I can send you a few videos your way. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me send you that invite right now, because we're on offense, so we have to wait a little bit while they set up. Oh wait, Gio, if you click the Discord link in the description, it'll take you to the server. So I don't know if you're on mobile. Let me know if that doesn't work.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're with family? That's good. Okay, that's another thing too. 8 hours for Midwest. Nothing. But when you have friends, it's like a party, you know? I think 10 hours is about the max for like our Midwestern superpowers. After that, then you're like, yeah, this is a trip. But like 10 hours with friends, you got it, you know?
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so we play a few times a month. There's like a dedicated TF2 role, so you can get pinged when, like, we'll just send out the @ and we'll be like, usually it's on Saturday or Sunday, sometimes Friday, but mainly Saturday, Sunday. We actually plan to do an in-person LAN soon. We need 18 players, and we have like 11. So if you want to do in-person TF2 in Kansas City, there's a Google Doc on the server. I'll just send it to you. And you can just sign up. It's literally all skill levels, and it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in St. Louis, and now we're going to do like a local KC LAN. It's going to be awesome. Oh, that's a... So this is kind of a competitive pyro strat, is protecting your medic and heavy from flankers like that soldier, because Uber is so strong and your medic is such a strong class that it's important to keep him protected. Like, that's like the #1 priority, is protect your medic. Now, in servers like this, like community servers on Uncletopia, there can be a max of 3 medics, which is cool. You can a max of 3 of any class. But in competitive, like I play a lot of Highlander, which is 1 of every class. You only have 1 medic. So yeah, you gotta be very protective of him. Especially as he's like streaming heals to your teammates and you. So I'm gonna protect him again right here. I'm gonna spy check. That's why I'm doing this. So we're good. Now I'm gonna check for any divers, like scouts or soldiers. Okay, I see a soldier, and there's a sniper peeking. I don't have a flare gun. If I had a flare gun, I could, like, deter the sniper from peeking as much. But because I'm running shotgun, the panic attack, it's more of like a mid-short range check. Okay, so thankfully our other pyro got that spy. But that's exactly, yeah, why you have to, like, spy check and stuff like that. Oh, it's expired? Okay, that's good to know. I've been, like, using that link for multiple streams. So after this game, I will send a fresh link. We're both trying to heal that sniper. Okay, so while we push, I'm gonna check kind of the flanks. See, that soldier's already trying to head back, so. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, okay, Fortnite, any other games you're playing, Geo? I know you're not playing Ultimate as much. I don't know what your thoughts on some of the modern, like, meta stuff, but I knew you were good in Smash 4. Okay, I think I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Alright, one second. Okay, Fortnite. Oh, nice, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, so I've never played Minecraft, but I have a lot of respect for it. There's some crazy stuff people make on that game. Like, I'm always impressed by people like remake cities. Some guy remade Kansas City, like downtown in Minecraft. Okay, let me grab a link.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I could talk all day about. Kind of reminds me of how creative people used to get in Roller Coaster Tycoon, in those tycoon games like Mall Tycoon and Zoo Tycoon. Like, sandbox games are crazy, and to think like that Roller Coaster Tycoon was like early internet days, so people were sharing what they built with like message boards, but sharing an image file would like burn your computer up. So to think like even back then people were going crazy building like parks and stuff, and now you know, with the internet and being able to file share a lot easier, you know, you can, yeah, just show off a lot, like show a lot of those Minecraft cities and stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this real quick. Okay. Yeah, so like in music school, like, I actually learned this before music school, like the old computers in like the 90s, like one MP3 file took up your whole computer memory. That's why you heard a lot of MIDI files back then, even in the early 2000s, because MIDIs use like the engraved instruments on your computer, so they don't take as much file space up. But could you imagine back in 2001 AOL, you're like, yo man, check out my roller coaster, 2 loop-de-loops. And then the next guy would be like, sick dude, I'll see you around in a month when you come around and remember this forum again.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hmm. That's a good topic, Gio. I don't think a lot of people have covered that on YouTube. Is like, what were the OG copy pastas online? Because there definitely was like AOL message boards and like, well, you know what? You know what one of the OG copy pastas was? Is chain mails. Send this to 10 people or Jesus won't love you. It's like, okay, dude, I think Jesus loves you. That's like the whole point of his story. But if I get a free gift card to Walmart, you know, okay, now I'll consider it. Hey, don't make fun of my uncle. He didn't repost any of that, and now he has a hard time walking, okay? Could you imagine if that was real? That's probably like a crappy horror movie in the making. Like in the next 5 years, someone's finally gonna be like, in a world where you didn't resend the chainmail. Limbless. It's like, okay, that's going a little too far. You know what, Gio? I'll do the sound direction, I'll do the voiceover, I'll do the music. We already got part of the credits filled out. I'm gonna need some actors, Gio. And I'm gonna need you to write up some copy pastas for the chainmails. Yeah, they got some heavy defense on this hill. Now wait, is this your job, or is this the start of a chainmail? Because this could go two different ways. In fact, it could continue going if you said the pay is amazing, and then I reply saying, oh really? Tell me more. I'm glad you asked, and then it's like 10 more paragraphs of text. And the next thing you know, it's like some pyramid scheme about like knives that can not melt under like any temperature. Wow, why hasn't science found out about this? It's like, that's the point. That's why it's hidden in this email. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know, like, I've seen those shops, like, pop up around Kansas City. are you able to like jump between different stores around the city, or are you like dedicated to like one store? Okay. Yeah, I'm always curious about that, like when businesses have multiple stores. I know lasagna, and it's like it's really cool that now lasagna will tell you, like a lot of us said, the California thing was quite the episode, but the fact that he could move to one Starbucks to another from Kansas and Missouri to California and then back. So he went from a Missouri Starbucks to a California Starbucks, and then he now he's in a Kansas Starbucks, and then he just got a new job. But the fact that he can move over, and then nothing resets. Like, the company's like, you've been here this long, here are your benefits. Like, I always find that interesting. And so I'm always curious about when people work for multiple, like, when there's multiple stores, how that kind of works. Yeah, so Lasagna told me a few years ago that like Starbucks started increasing their pay and then offering insurance to full-time employees. So he was able to move to all those different states and then keep keep his log for how long he's been there. The problem is he said that the latest Starbucks he was at could not get his hours up to full time, which is why he just got a new job. So that's kind of like the catch-22 is as the demand for employees has gone up the past few years, people took the job, they got paid more, but then the companies are like, ooh, let's try to find a way that we don't give you full time and then you don't have all the full insurance benefits. Yeah, there's a big push and shove right now with companies needing employees, but employees recognizing that they could be paid more. And there's a big argument about it depends on the job, but it's kind of okay, I'm gonna say first off, I agree the minimum wage should be $15 an hour at least. I just think the price of living has gone up and inflation has gotten a lot worse that employees should be paid more. You should be paid a wage that you can be at least comfortable with living, even if the living spot isn't the most ideal. As long as you make enough that you can pay rent, I think that should be a human right. I mean, especially as you're working, you're working for it, and so there's that exchange of your time and your effort into that. And so, obviously after COVID, people recognize like the unemployment benefits, and so companies like Starbucks and McDonald's were like, okay, we'll pay $15 an hour. And now Starbucks is like, okay, we'll pay $15 an hour and offer benefits. But in Lasagna's case, again, they kind of found a way to weasel out of giving him full benefits by not giving him full time. Another problem is, like, ironically, sometimes the benefits get so good that a lot of young people sign up for the job. And so they want more employees, and so then they find out, oh, we can split up the hours amongst more people, and technically most of them won't be full-time. So. Oh, that's awesome. Holy crap. Yeah, I think it's kind of universal that most jobs are going to love the employees that are willing to pick up shifts. I've had past jobs where, you know, you have those employees that basically are almost finding excuses not to work. And then it gets chaotic, and then, like, booking gets really hard. So, but I'm not surprised that you're doing so well in your position. I can tell you're a smart worker and not just a hard worker. So. Oh, wow. Yeah, part-time off is like its own, like, finicky subject for a lot of workplaces. One of my last jobs technically offered, like, unlimited PTO, but it also was the type of job that it logs everything you did. So if you took paid vacation, you weren't working, and they remembered that. They were like, oh, you took, like, there was a guy who, like, got married. So he took 2 weeks off for paid vacation, right? Well, by their policy, he just wasn't working. So when they did, like, a tier list of, like, who's been, like, having the highest turnaround for, like, work, he was, like at the bottom, and he was a good worker. But it's just that, oh, you know, he got married, so he was, like, bottom tier for a month, basically. It was bad. Like, you know, not only am I for minimum wage going up, I think jobs need to regulate, like, give your employees, like, actual time off. Like, you can balance it. Work-life balance is important. You know, we talk about, like, mental health, but, like, you should be able to take time off and not stress about it. Like, that's kind of the point of time off. Man, that medic went ham. Yeah. Well, with my one job, with like they punish you for vacation, I'm gonna be honest. Like, dead honest. I had dental and health insurance covered, and I never found time to go to the dentist. Like, because they punish you. Even going to the dentist was technically, oh, you're not working. Governor, Geo. Is this the kindling of a political campaign? The Team Fortress 2 stream? Spire fan, Alinos Gateway, the community? Now see, they're going to backtrack where the votes are coming from, but as long as you are a voting, law-abiding citizens, I think you're onto something. Yeah, that's a good question. I know, like, every job has different roles for people. Clearly, human resources was going ham at that one job. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm sure they were busy because that job was overworking people. But kind of like the Starbucks thing, there are companies that if they can find a way to look good, but like weasel out of like policies that help employees, they'll do it. And so in this case, on paper, they're like unlimited paid time off. But of course, anyone using their brain should recognize that there's a huge asterisk next to that saying. And in this case, it was, oh yeah, anytime you take time off is punishment. And in fact, to the point that I asked my lead when I was new to the job, I thought I just had like 2 weeks dedicated to like paid vacation. And he was like, where are you getting 2 weeks from? In a nice way. He was a nice guy. And he was like, where are you getting 2 weeks from? He's like, it's unlimited. And I go, well, if it's unlimited, what stops, you know, someone from taking a lot of time off? And he's like, well, you can if you get it approved. But of course, any time off is time not working. It's just kind of a bad working mentality. I think if you respect your workers more, and if you go like, hey man, you'll take your time off and you'll come back rejuvenated, ready to work, ready to be passionate about, you know, your trade, you'd be surprised how much of a net bonus like turnaround your company could have, like just by that kind of quality of life difference to your employees. It was actually like, it's like on a stream recently. My friends kind of joked to me about starting my own. Oh, it was actually with my barber first, but also like in Alinos Gateway. We kind of joked and toyed with the idea of like me starting like a shop, like a business. Like imagine like Pew Pew Card and Games or like Game Cafe, but it's dedicated to like all the esports hobbies we do and running just like a genuine business for like trading cards. So like, and I'm thinking like if I ran a business, it would be kind of like Xanadu, where every day there was an event. So like Monday is Project Plus, don't tell Nintendo. Tuesday is TF2 LAN. Wednesday is Pokemon trading card game. Thursday is Magic. You know, Friday is Street Fighter. You know, stuff like that. It's interesting. I mean, obviously running a business, there's a lot of prospects. But I think if you're competent and you know your market and you treat your customers well, they'll come back and then they'll advertise for free via word of mouth, just by being genuine. You know, I'm not. You know, you don't want to be nice for the sake of profit, but it's pretty crazy how when you respect customers, they'll come back. You know? You heard it here first, Gio. I don't know about the governor thing, but starting a shop, it's on that back burner. I'm starting to hear the grilling sounds, you know? We'll see. Here's the thing, too. You know, from your experience in, like, Ultimate and Melee tournaments and Smash 4, you're going to find venues that have no idea how, like, esports is ran. And then you tell them, the second you tell them about venue fees, they upcharge way too high. And then because they upcharge too high and they're incompetent with their services, people don't want to come back. So it's just like another motivation for like a business like this is to just be down to earth, keep weeklies at an affordable rate. It gets people coming back and just let people come in and play games. Like, it's kind of crazy where some of these card shops, like, overcharge people that just want to come and hang out. Because here's the thing. When you go to a good comic or card shop, people will buy your stuff. Like, if you treat them well, they're going to be like, hey, can I get a bag of chips? Oh, I need more card sleeves. Can I buy the new, you know, pack? You know. Yeah, Magic's cool. I got into Magic summer 2015. I had a lot of fun with it. Obviously, I started with like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, but I like all the big three trading card games. And I agree. If you're gonna start a card shop, you gotta sell Magic. Obviously, I would sell Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh too, but yeah, it's a no-brainer to host like Magic events and stuff.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Go medic.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Ready to charge!
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we should play doubles, double DK. That'd be awesome. I know some people love to do doubles on the KC Melee Discord. We should just do that. Not even tell them like what team we're bringing. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll see you around, man. Drive safe, seriously. Sorry if that was loud.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
You can do this neck pops. Healthy.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Check something real quick.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
was my last round.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
You think the other team stole my skies?
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
call it night. It's a great time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will see you